G'day everybody and welcome back to the channel. Okay, today it's time to give you my thoughts on the Osborne Titan Elite loudspeakers. So I've had these in my room now for a bit over a week and I've been playing around with different speaker positions, and I've been doing that off camera. What you've been seeing essentially most of the time is having them sitting on top of my Wilson Alexias, essentially as very expensive speaker stands, because I can angle them down to my seated position and they're isolated under the ISO acoustics. But I've been doing some other things off camera. I haven't been doing too many videos, or any videos really, until yesterday. Now I dropped, I think, 3 shorts playing some different styles of music with the speakers in a different speaker position. And let me tell you, that speaker position, which was the final one that I had tried on maybe 4 in total, and that last one was outstanding. What really is the ultimate speaker position for these, according to Greg, is to have them about 30 to 40 centimeters off the front wall. He likes them pointed directly straight out. When I did that, I found I lost a little bit. Now it's only small, but I lost a tiny little bit of image focus. So I tilted them in slightly in the position that you can see on the short videos I put up yesterday. And in that position, it locked the focus back in beautifully. And I was still getting spatial cues miles out past the outside edge of the speaker. So the soundstage is quite amazing with these speakers. They really throw a very articulated, wide soundstage. The imaging is sensational, but of course, like any speaker, you'll need to fiddle with that. If you end up with a pair of these, you'll need to fiddle with that in your room to get them right. But certainly being between 30 and 40 centimeters off the front wall brings that bass development much more present. Look, I wasn't having a problem with the bass up on the Alexias. The bass sounded great. I was really happy with it. But then when I put them down there was just that little bit more I really wasn't expecting that leaped out at me, and I went, holy moly. I really couldn't believe the difference in how much bottom end articulation and presence there is. These things make way more bass than they have any right to be making, and it is very clean. It is beautiful sounding bass too. It's just very smooth and very, as you'd hear a double bass being played, it's got that really lovely, smooth, proper bass reproduction out of a speaker this size. Now, these aren't light, they're quite heavy. They weigh about 26 kilos if I'm not mistaken, but again, I'll leave a link in the description below this video with Greg's website for Osborne loudspeakers. Reach out to Greg if you're interested in auditioning some of these. They are amazing. They are probably the best. Well, I will say this now. Out of all of the speakers that I've experienced in that around $5,000 mark, these sell for $5,500. They use really, really high quality components in them. The finish, if you're a gloss person, you're gonna love this, because this just looks 3 foot thick, and the grain is amazing. He does them in a satin as well, from what I understand, and different wood styles. So reach out to Greg at Osborne Loudspeakers if you're interested in an audition or to come and have a listen to them yourself. But they are the outstanding, and as far as I'm concerned, they really filled my room up quite comfortably. I didn't feel like I needed a subwoofer. I didn't feel like anything was really lacking in any area. When I put, to go back a little further, when I put them in this final position, one of the only criticisms that I think I could have ever made of them was that they were just a slightly, and I mean maybe a dB at most, a little more forward in the higher frequency, but again, moving them further back away from where I was and getting that angle right eliminated all of that. The mid-range is beautifully balanced. It's accurate. It's articulate. The upper frequencies are beautifully airy and sparkly once you get the speaker tuned in properly. And as I said, the lower octave is just crazy. they're rated to 35 hertz. I got an in-room measurement in here of 30 hertz. So again, really amazing loudspeaker. You won't feel like you need a subwoofer with these if you get them set up right. Obviously, like everything else, setup of your speakers and setup and room setup is critical to get the best out of your hi-fi system, no matter what you're listening to. I've spoken about that in earlier videos in relation to room setup and my thoughts on that. It's really important to get your room set up right. If you haven't seen that video, look for it. It's in the in my list of videos. I haven't quite worked out how to do all the links yet, but I'll be getting that sorted out shortly. But it's there. Have a look at that video. I talk a little bit more about how to get your room set up nicely. The other thing that I want to mention here too is I cycled about 3 or 4 sets of cables through as well, speaker cables through with these, and by far and away the most right sounding cable was the Robertson Elite cable that is my reference in my system. That cable brand is just lovely and neutral. It gets out of the way and it allows your components to really shine in your system. And I tried some transparent reference cable. I tried some Kimber cable. I also fairly high Kimber cable. I tried some about 2 or 3 other brands of cable as well with these. And then when I plugged the Robertson Elite cables back in, I just went, yeah, there's just something really right about everything feeling on point and nothing overemphasized in any way, shape or form. So again, that was another absolute highlight and something I thought I should mention to you all. I know I've done a final thoughts video on the Robertson cables, and I'll leave a link in the description below in relation to those two. I just love them. I find them to be completely neutral, and I really, as I said, they're my reference cable in my system, and I am very impressed with them. And they did sound the best. These sounded the best with those cables attached to them, just as my Wilson Alexias do. That really covers my thoughts on them. I find them just very, very neutral. Nothing is overemphasized in any area. As I said, the upper frequency is just lovely, mid-range, right where you'd want it to be, and you'll be amazed at just how much lower frequency articulation and drive there is out of these speakers. They just, I keep shaking my head. I can't believe it. I'm almost looking around to see if I've got a subwoofer in my room, but I know I don't. So they really are something worth considering if you're in that sort of $5,000 to $5,500 range. I can honestly say I haven't heard anything at that price that's any better than these. There might be 1 or 2 speakers that might be approaching them, but at that price, and given the quality of these drivers and the cabinetry on these, I think they are at the top of my list as far as a $5,000 speaker is concerned. So thumbs up from me, absolutely, big thumbs up. Great speaker. I've enjoyed having them in my room, and I just wanted to pass all that on to you guys so you can understand. If you're interested, please look in the description below and have a chat to Greg. Nothing in this for me, but I very much have enjoyed having them in my room. So thanks very much for watching. Please like the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We love having you all on board, but I want to grow the channel. So consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll take this craziness as far as we can take it. But until next time, bye for now.